Does?
Yeah, it comes in like it never catches my welcome to another Woods report.
No, so there's a delay.
There's a delay. So actually, we probably should just wait and then let everybody get in, and then I'll say welcome to another Woods
Now, if you
report.
had an intro already taped, how would that work?
That would play probably music or something. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. You could work on that since you keep pushing it so much to have this intro. Mm-hmm. We could work on that.
Have Fiverr do it.
Yeah. What'd you say, Ma?
Y'all need an intro and a back.
An intro and an outro?
Yeah.
My mother said we need an intro and an outro.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. And we wasn't here yesterday, so we missed y'all. Hopefully y'all missed us. Mm-hmm. But a lot of stuff going on.
We're going to have to go through real quick unless something keeps us there.
Unless something puts me on a rant or you on a rant or something.
One of the topics will.
We probably just going to go through and just kind of put everybody up what's going on. Uh-huh. Like whatever story.
We try to do updates, but sometimes we get so involved and then you guys may say some questions.
Yeah, we want to hear from y'all. So y'all will say something and then I'll just do the story.
That keep us on that road, on that journey.
So Jamie Foxx.
Got an update from him?
Emerald says, hey, ladies. Hey. Yes, I missed y'all. Thanks, Emerald.
What's going on with Jamie?
With Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
He's still in the hospital. And
so it must be serious. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They try to downplay it, but Kevin Hart said because he's like friends with him, they not even telling him nothing. So they keeping it very hush-hush.
Wow.
They were saying a stroke, but we don't know.
Oh, wow.
But he's having a hard time. So Jamie Foxx finally breaks his silence in the midst of a 3-week-long hospitalization. The actor is still recovering in Atlanta from an unspecified medical complication and will be replaced as the host on Beat Shazam. You know who replacing him? Take a wild guess.
What's the Beat Shazam? Oh, that show that he does?
The music one, yeah. Who you think, who would replace him? Somebody who probably has a million jobs too.
Not Steve Harvey.
No. Who's after Steve Harvey? No, Kevin Hart don't have a lot of shows. Who's the one after Steve Harvey that has a lot of shows? Give up.
What's his name?
You give up.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon. So Nick Cannon. Yeah, Nick Cannon is replacing him.
Okay.
And his daughter.
Well, he need more money so he can take care of the 20 kids he got.
Well, Emerald, you said his daughter should do it, but the rumor is spitting on me. The rumor is his daughter is not coming back either, and she's gonna be replaced by Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, Kelly.
Wow.
Now, because of his daughter not coming back, everyone thinks that it's really, really bad what's going on with Jamie because his daughter is staying in Atlanta. She wants to stay with him, stay by his side.
So something must have seriously happened to him.
So the fact that his daughter is not coming back to film and she wants to stay by her dad, people are concerned about Jamie Foxx.
You know what? Some people, I guess, have been. They've tried their best to be private because if you're living in a glass house as an entertainer,
well, what's his name? Who died was private. Chadwick. We didn't even know.
We didn't even know he had cancer.
We didn't even know he had colon cancer.
And they had welcomed back Nick, what's his name that plays in A Few Good Men? Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
And he looks, oh my God, he's aged.
What happened to him?
I don't, like I said, nobody really knew if he was having health problems because it was 2-3 years before he sat on that floor to watch a Lakers game.
Yeah.
He was always at a Lakers game.
Well, good that we're talking about this because in the midst of this, in Bad Boys, remember the one that played Martin Lawrence's wife? What's her name? She kind of sexy black girl.
I can't remember.
Well, if you Will Price, I'll flip over it.
Okay.
She's replaced. And they were saying, why did they replace her? Because she's in all of them.
Out of main movies?
And somebody caught a video of her, and she looks really bad. And they were saying she looked like she may be on drugs, but they don't know.
But I thought they had
She was in a wheelchair or walker or something.
But I thought they had already started filming.
They already replaced her. They replaced her with another actress.
But she got worse since they started with the movie?
No, she never was in it. They replaced her from the very beginning with another actress. So we don't know. We don't know if
she was in the first one, the first two.
All of them. You'll see her when I get to it.
Bad Boys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Teresa Randall. You'll see.
Okay.
Beloved actor and singer Jamie Foxx has finally broke his silence in the midst of his nearly month-long hospitalization. In the post to official Instagram page on Wednesday afternoon, the Project Power star wrote, "Appreciate all the love, feeling blessed." And we don't even know if he wrote that. We just know that was
like
on
his PR people.
Yeah. Or he could have said it and they typed it out for him or something. This marks the first time Foxx has said anything since he was rushed to the Atlanta hospitals.
Wow.
So we don't know
what's going on.
In the wake of this shocking news, many celebs and fans have taken to social media with the simple message, pray for Jamie. And the people that's close to him really been posting pray for Jamie. That makes everybody think this is real serious.
Wow.
That something is happening, something is going on.
And with the HIPAA laws and stuff, you can keep that private.
Yeah,
to your
he
grave.
don't have to say
Just
nothing.
like how you said, what's his name did, Chadwick.
Yeah, he don't have to say nothing. So send prayers out to Jamie Foxx. Hopefully, he don't have, like you said, he don't have to tell us nothing, but hopefully somebody will say something.
And I guess too, why would we need to know?
Well, because I know,
we want
pray.
them to get better.
You know why you want to know? Because people have invested in them. Like he's a celebrity, they've invested. It's like us. We just come on. We don't come on no more, and all of a sudden we post up things say everybody pray. Okay, that's good to say pray, but people be like, well, what's going on? Can y'all give us a little bit more? Like, is it the family? Is it death? Is it somebody sick? Is it, what I'm saying, financial? Something.
And we've been pretty much out there with all that has happened to us health-wise.
Yeah.
So,
So pray for Jamie Foxx, y'all. We think it's very serious. The fact that his daughter's not coming back to shoot for Shazam, he was replaced for Shazam. That means it's serious. And if he had a stroke, he could have trouble speaking and stuff.
Yeah.
Which means he can't do any of that. It's not that he fit his, he may be out of harm's way, but now he has to go through rehabilitation for a year or a month or decades. Who knows? Sometimes it depends on how severe it was.
Wow.
But they said the doctors really saved his life. And I hate when they keep saying lucky. No, he was blessed. He was blessed that he got.
Well, that's what they know.
Lucky. So everybody keep praying for Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Emerald says Nick Cannon is sickly too.
I know.
Yeah,
You're replacing one guy with an injury with another guy with an illness
who can go into the hospital at any time.
Anytime.
That's true.
Thank you.
Wendy says hello, ladies.
But because he has the personality, maybe he could just step in.
Yeah.
At first, I thought you meant Steve Harvey.
No.
Who has many jobs.
Right.
Okay.
I'm stepping in.
Well, he got his judge job now.
I'm stepping in for
what?
Say hello back to Wendy. That's my buddy.
My mother
says hi.
I'm stepping in for Nick Cannon, who stepped in for Jamie Foxx.
I do this after my judge show.
And ain't nothing gonna happen to Steve Harvey. Nothing.
Y'all
soon every show will be hosted by Steve Harvey.
Keep in mind, I got a new judge show coming on.
There's a writer's strike out there, and they got me stepping in now. I'm writing for Abbott Elementary, and that's Steve Harvey. Me and Cedric used to write our own jokes, so we know how to write. So I'm writing for Abbott Elementary because I wrote for the Steve Harvey show.
I got 7 jobs.
And
the radio show, I
know how to write comedy.
Chicago.
And my wife, she doing the fashions.
Yes.
So we got all this covered.
And I will again host the Miss Universe.
Miss Universe. Now, I've done it several times since I made that mistake, and I haven't done it. Haven't done that mistake again. Since. So Steve Harvey will be hosting for Nick Cannon, who's hosting for Jamie Foxx.
If he has a ill.
So be ready.
Okay.
Let's see. Wendy says 3 weeks is a very long time.
Yeah.
Sharon says, good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon,
Sharon. And Emerald says, hi, Wendy.
Okay.
All right. So pray for Jamie Foxx, y'all. And Nick Cannon, too, apparently.
Yeah.
Now, you said you watched The View.
This is one of the takeaways.
And you said Trump is saying he's not going to debate.
Okay, let's think about this. Because the ladies had mixed views on it.
Come over is not debating.
Think about this. And some of them had some good points.
Okay.
Of course. Why would he? That's a good move.
Okay.
He's 40%.
Not if Fred Flintstone gonna be on stage because he's gonna go after
Which
him.
one? You scared? You scared?
Yeah, he's not gonna.
And Fred Flintstone's even challenging him. You scared?
Right,
They're gonna ask questions and it's gonna trump you. Honey, gonna trump you.
Wendy should have never called him Fred Flintstone because that's all I see now. Go ahead.
But they have some good points because think about it. Why would he need to if he feels like he's 30-40% ahead already? I don't need to get on that stage and answer anybody's question.
He doesn't have to do any debates.
Sarah's saying, of course, it's about his fans.
Right.
He can care less about the country.
Right.
But
you're not going to vote for him anyway. It doesn't matter.
It's a good move if you think about it because he does not have to address. He feels like they'll be bullying him in any way. So,
or he's not going to change. The country already knows who they voting for. Mm-hmm. If it's Biden and Trump, you already know. Nobody's changing anybody's mind. You're either going to vote for Biden because you hate Trump or you're going to vote for Trump. That's it.
And Trump feels like with all the other 20 people coming on the stage, he already has a high percentage of followers anyway. So I'm at 40%.
That's true.
They're at 2 and 9. Why I need to get on stage with them? He has a point.
He may do it if DeSantis runs.
I don't know.
Because DeSantis, he hates him. So he may do it just so he
But he may not want to take a hit from the other 7 people.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. He still think he's ahead of the percentage-wise.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see where that go, but this is it.
He want them to beg, though. He wants them to beg. So you playing this?
Yeah.
He wants them to beg.
Okay.
If they want, what you call it? A debate.
A debate. Okay.
You turn it up.
Should they participate in debates? That was the question. Because I guess you know who decided he might not participate.
Oh, he don't want to participate.
Well, he probably doesn't. I mean, but they have a clip saying, well, you'll see. I don't have to tell you. You'll see. Show the clip.
I'm leading by 40 points. And a lot of people say, why would you do a debate when you have people at 2 and 3 and 15 and 14? People don't debate when they have these massive leads. They say, why would we debate? And I would have a hostile group of anchors, a hostile network asking questions. Why would I do that?
But if he really cares about
Fred Flintstone,
then he's going to get up there and he shouldn't be afraid. I'm sorry to see that Donald Trump feels like if he gets on the stage, he's at risk of losing his lead. If, in fact, his ideas are so great, if his leadership is so outstanding, then his lead will only increase if he gets on the stage, not decrease. But obviously he's afraid.
But I know that the president does not have a fear or concern about debating anybody. I mean, if you recall, there were, I don't even know how many people were up on the stage when he debated before.
So, I mean, what is...
we said Fred Flintstone, didn't I? Mm-hmm. So I told you, Fred Flintstone said the only reason why he is running is so that he can get at him.
Okay.
And so he's looking forward to these debates.
He wants you to debate. He's like, bring it. Come on.
But I agree with Trump. Why would I debate if I'm 40? If I have 40,
you feel like you 40% ahead.
I'm debating against a guy who got 2%.
And you know what?
You're a loser.
That'll help him avoid all of the questions that's going to come at him about everything that he's done.
I think the only person he would debate, in my opinion, would be DeSantis or somebody that has to have a high percentage.
And Biden,
you got to have at least like 30 or 40%.
They made a good point too, because the Republicans, they would eat him alive on what he's standing for as well, because it would be them all standing for the various things that Republicans want versus what he's kind of going in a different direction,
which
too.
is what we said, yeah.
But
he has to separate himself from them.
But as himself, by himself, he would be good doing Biden, and that's it.
He needs to debate Biden. I agree. I think I agree with Comover.
Yeah.
I think for Republicans, he doesn't need that debate. For the Biden, yes.
And what can
once it's him and Biden,
legally, can they force him to debate?
You can't force nobody to debate.
They mentioned some presidents that didn't debate. Ronald Reagan didn't debate.
You don't have to debate.
Yeah,
Ronald Reagan didn't. You don't have to debate.
So think about it, you guys.
He
didn't have to. So, okay.
And Biden doesn't either.
That's true.
To be honest with you, he doesn't really have to debate in a Democrat primary.
Because there's 2 people running
Nobody's
against him.
who?
It's that lady that's running against him.
See, you don't even know. And Kennedy.
Who does the crystals or something?
And Kennedy.
And
Why should Biden debate? I would be the same way if I was Biden.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I'm not debating. Let me debate Trump. That'll be all this, the Democrats and then the Republicans. No. when you get to the debate will be who y'all choose, who we choose. That's when the debates
So
start.
it makes sense.
So we'll
Come
see.
over would think that.
But the networks don't want it because they make money off of these debates. So
exactly.
Let's see. Wendy says he's just a coward. I agree. Afraid that someone will bring up those charges. They all gonna bring up those charges. Emerald says, how is it he even considered a viable candidate with the amount of charges he is facing? I agree.
He still has followers.
And Emerald says, has America sunk that low? You can't do better.
Yes.
Yep. We have Emerald. So if that's if that's your question,
if he already looking at the polls and he's up there on the top.
America's already sunk low. The fact that he's even a candidate.
Thank you.
So you might as well just keep
coming back.
You might as well just keep hitting it. Hitting
goodness.
the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
you have to.
What's that?
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to get through, y'all. We went to see Tuesday the movie Big George Foreman. The miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, we learned some things.
Is this
with
something?
him.
Let's see.
Trailer?
Yeah.
$6 girl weight deal at BK.
Okay, do the BK thing. All right, hold on. If this is a trailer, I'll show the trailer.
Okay.
Very good movie.
Yeah, we suggested it was you go see it. I didn't think it would be.
I did this.
The thing for the X.
Oh, that was good.
I even got a Foreman grill, y'all.
I think everybody got a Foreman grill. Okay, I think everybody got a Foreman grill.
They showed a lot on the trailer.
They showed a lot, but I don't want to give away stuff to them. I don't want to.
Like what?
They pretty much almost showed the whole movie.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't want to
spoiler alert.
But I still don't want to hear. I don't want to be a
George
spoiler.
Foreman's background.
We know George Foreman. It was a lot of stuff in the movie we didn't know.
Right.
I liked the movie. I thought it was a good movie. It's one of those feel good movies. And if you like the story of George Foreman or Muhammad Ali, it was nice seeing Muhammad Ali. The guy who played Muhammad
dynamics
Ali.
with their personality.
The way did they get along? Did they not get along? Did they hate each other? He hated Muhammad Ali.
Now that's where we had talked about earlier. What's considered a spoiler alert if the movie's been out since the whole.
It ain't been out that long. You just saw April 20 something.
Yeah,
only 2 weeks. It ain't been out that long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not long enough for us to tell.
Oh, okay.
And we want them to go see it. So I don't want to tell them the story. Obviously, y'all know the Rumble in the Jungle. You know who won and all that. So those aren't spoilers.
Yeah, you can look up his stats and see who he won, how he won and whatever.
But his childhood, I didn't know about. I didn't know about George Foreman. Yeah.
I didn't know he had a problem with anger.
Yeah.
And he had to channel that in a way where, and anything with Forrest Whitaker, you guys,
it's going to be good.
Because he's a good actor.
And then I didn't know that he was angry with God. He didn't like God. Because he was angry that they was weak, they was poor.
But the beautiful thing that I remember that came to my mind was his mom instilled the who God was, and they prayed. She made sure before they even eat the little bits that they had. And I love that scripture. Train up a child in the way they should go. And when they're old, they would not depart.
And that's what came to him.
He could not depart from that. Even when his mom said, let's thank the Lord for the food. He said, Mom, why we thanking God? I bought that food.
Right.
So you will see.
But he had to be humble.
You had to see him in a different state once he received the call.
And I like how they show, because the George Foreman that we see now is that kind of silly George Foreman that smiles all the time. That's him giving his life over to God. Yeah. And he still preaches. I didn't know that.
Still preaches at church.
And he's like, he don't love God now. He just happy. And love God. And that's what you see now.
And it's not a spoiler alert, but even those of us before Christ, some of us were some heathens and mean and haughty.
But he was never mean.
No, I'm saying some of us. He wasn't. Not to say that was his character.
He just had anger.
He had a lot of anger.
People teased him all the time.
He didn't trust God. He didn't really know him like the mom did.
But
so he was like challenging him.
But why would you though? Because you poor, you don't have no food, you sleeping on the floor.
But his mom still made them not forget. Pray.
I know, but I'm saying you would understand why he was just didn't like God. It's like everything that I've ever seen with you has been miserable. And my friends, my family, my life.
And one thing I like, his mission, his goal, how he even boxed was different. With his calling with God. he didn't box the same way he did before he knew God.
Right.
So that's something to also pay attention to.
Before it was to hurt people.
Yeah.
And then later it became more of the sport of boxing.
And
it's
to
what he
help
appreciated.
people.
Yeah.
Because his heart was now to help people and not develop
to get the kids out of the ghetto
material
and all that
things.
stuff.
So it's a beautiful story.
Let's see. Emerald says, I know he fell into a deep depression after the Rumble in the Jungle. Yeah, they showed that.
They sure did.
Sharon said, I didn't know he preaches. Yeah, he has a church. And Wendy says 2 women filed lawsuits against former heavyweight boxing champion George Foreman. This movie doesn't talk about the lawsuits, but it would make you understand why they filed lawsuits.
Exactly. And to a point
he
where
don't hide nothing, Wendy.
No.
If you see this movie, you'll understand why they filed those lawsuits. And I'm
sure he's at a place where they showed us in the movie, if these women came to him, he would say,
I'm so sorry. I was different back then. I'm different now.
I like these
kind of stories. It's kind of like Mike Tyson.
A redemption.
It's like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Because whether you agree with Mike Tyson, I agree Mike Tyson was an a-hole.
He was, especially with Robin.
And to say that, he's still saying his innocence, maintaining his innocence, even though he went to prison.
Yeah.
I think that he's guilty. But you can see a different Mike Tyson now. Even when he was on the plane and the guy was messing with him, he's like, kumbaya, Mike Tyson. That's George Foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a good my mom loved it.
But it's a feel good movie. Not getting enough play though.
I don't know why. It was a good movie to me.
It's not getting enough
and we didn't realize, look, if you Google him, when he came back, he won. When he came back, he got that belt back. He got that championship back.
Well, we're not going to say why. Because I don't want to do a spoiler alert.
A lot of people said he went in that deep, deep depression.
He did.
And unfortunately, he didn't trust the right people with his finances, which always happens.
And now you're telling the story.
But I'm saying for him to come back. That was his reason for coming back. Because they even showed it on the on the trailer.
That trailer showed too much. So. My friends say he hate watching trailers because sometimes they show too much of the movie.
Yeah.
Why do I even need to go to the movie?
And some of the things they show in the trailer, they don't even show in the movie.
That's true.
They do it just to get you there.
You'll watch a trailer and you go, that wasn't in the movie.
That wasn't in the movie.
Okay, I understand. All right, whatever. But yes, and that woman that played his mom, don't she put you in the mindset of Angela Bassett?
Yeah.
That's an Angela Bassett role.
You guys
I feel sorry for her. No. She in the same lane.
No. If you guys watch Will Trent,
what is that?
She's in Will Trent. She's a detective in Will Trent.
I know who she is. She was in
I'd never seen her before.
Yeah, she's
until I saw Will
Dexter.
Trent. Oh, she was in Dexter.
That's
what?
She's the black the police officer.
She was it's funny how she plays that police role.
And she was in Wire. She was a police officer in The Wire.
What is it about this police thing? Because she's a police officer.
Y'all remember the black lady in The Wire who was the lesbian? She played in The Wire. She played in Dexter. And you said she's in Trent. I don't watch that.
She's in Will Trent. He's a detective.
Okay, you watch that.
Okay.
You know your shows aren't going to be on anymore. But
I don't care.
All right, we'll talk about that.
YouTube.
If we get to it, the writer's strike.
Okay.
All right, so go see George Foreman.
Okay.
Texas manhunt ends after suspect accused of killing the 5 neighbors found hiding in a laundry pile. Now, we didn't talk about this yesterday because we wasn't on.
They're supposed to get the lady or whoever was hiding him.
They found him. So, did she turn him in or was hiding him?
I think she was hiding him.
Oh, well,
so
then
she's
she
got to be a part of the whole.
Yeah, she got to go.
You can't do that.
No. But that guy who shot the whole family up, they found him. He's captured.
I don't know where he thought he was going to go.
Go hide. Look at him, punk. Oh, I can't stand people.
Now, they probably not going to, what is it called when they send him back?
He has to go back. He's an illegal alien.
But they have to try him here, don't they?
I don't know. What's that? Are they going to try him here or send him back to Mexico?
How does that
so
work?
He can just get on a plane and come right back
like he's done 4 or 5 times. What's the law on that? If they commit a crime in this country.
Oh, you can't try them in the country because remember we was talking about Shanquilla Robinson.
Yeah.
For them to send those kids back to Mexico so they can try them. So it doesn't matter whether they Mexican citizens.
Okay.
They did the crime in Mexico, so they're going to be tried in Mexico. But they not doing nothing.
Okay.
But we are.
Yeah.
He's going to get tried here.
Yes.
Now, whether he's sentenced here, I don't know what happens
like
after
in jail.
That. Does he serve his time here or do they send him to Mexico to serve the time? If y'all know, let us know.
Okay.
Mike says, hi, ladies. Hi, everyone. M. Perk. All right, real quick. I told y'all we going through these quick. DeBrat opts for a white sperm donor Since the black option she's had, she said he looked like Jimmy Cricket.
I'm sure there's more.
All right, now everybody relax and calm down.
There's only one black donor she can
All
get.
right, relax and calm down.
Excuse me, there's a lot of donors out there.
All right, so let's talk about
She
this.
said Jimmy the
First
Cricket.
of all, her and her wife said
Uh-huh.
it's not a lot of black donors.
It's not?
And she said,
Oh, you know what? They don't do donors like that.
No,
they
no,
do it like
it's-
Nick Cannon.
No, it's donors. She went to a sperm bank.
No, I'm being funny. A lot of brothers don't do their donating.
That's what. All right, so we can take this all kind of ways. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
So her wife,
That's not all black men.
her
either.
wife Judy
Mhm.
says she has 3 or 4 positions for health. It's
Okay.
probably like diabetes or something, whatever.
Because she had babies.
Right.
Okay.
So she said so you get a list, right, of
Uh-huh.
everybody.
Uh-huh.
And then you say, I want black, because they wanted black, a black man,
Okay.
African American.
Okay.
So then she put in her 4 things that, whatever it is, health things,
Mhm.
that narrows it down. So it has to be somebody who
Wow.
doesn't have a trait for this or this or this.
Wow, these guys are donors.
And
they
then
got
she
some
said,
power.
after they put in all of their information,
Mhm.
one guy came up that was
You're
black.
kidding.
Yeah. And the brat said because he looked like
is
Jimmy
this
Cricket.
the database? But where's this database pulling
Atlanta.
from?
And she said they also had to have a certain time span because it's her egg. So I thought it was Brad's egg. Apparently it's Judy's egg.
Oh, it's her wife's egg.
I think apparently it's Judy's egg.
So she's a surrogate for real.
Yeah.
Carrying her wife's.
Maybe Brad can't get pregnant. Maybe that's why she never had a baby.
Oh.
Like maybe her eggs.
But why are they only looking in the state of Georgia?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying they put it in. She didn't say whether it was a national bank. She just said they put it in
for her
there.
to come up with a Jiminy Cricket looking guy.
Wendy says, is it her baby or her wife's baby? That's what we just said. I believe that it is Judy's
Judy's
egg.
is her egg.
And Brad is carrying it.
Right.
Now, you guys double check. We'll double check. But I recall hearing one of them say that.
Okay.
I don't know if it's written anywhere, but I just recall that. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Karen says, hi, ladies.
Hey.
So, Judy came on to say that they got a lot of backs.
I'm sure they
because
did.
why would you want a white guy to be your father when y'all keep saying y'all black and this and this?
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that. But
Okay.
if it's some viable black men, why would you go white?
Mm-hmm.
Because you think your baby gonna look better or have good hair or something?
Mhm.
So she tried to clear that up by saying it's not because we want our baby to have good hair and all
They
this.
just couldn't find nobody.
She said
that
we
they
couldn't
felt-
find anybody after I put in my 4 health issues. And it's probably true. If her 4 health issues are things that black people deal with,
Uh-huh.
that is going to limit. Because
like sickle cell,
and high blood pressure and all of
Okay.
this.
But I'm just concerned as
Diabetes.
My question is, did they only look in one database in the state?
I don't know. We would
Did
have to
they
ask
not
her that.
do a whole country
So
of
then,
databases?
that was that one.
Mhm.
And then I don't know anything about a sperm bank. Are you allowed to do that? Or do you have to be in the state that you're doing it for legal reasons?
Okay.
See, I don't know. That's
what
a
is
good.
the rule law? on that?
There may be a law on that. Like you got to stay in the state of Georgia, or
Uh-huh.
maybe it's because it's a certain amount of time, or I don't know.
Okay.
It has to ship from one place to the next, or it only has 1 hour.
Okay.
Once you undo it, or something. It could
Okay.
be anything.
Okay.
If y'all know, tell us. So Wendy said, "Good hair." Yeah. So she's trying to say that that's not why they chose a
Okay,
white.
so she
sperm
had to
donor.
clean that up.
So then she tried to clean that up. Then the second thing she had to clean up was saying that the one black guy looked like Jimmy Cricket. And the brat,
your kid gonna look like
she
that.
said the brat was joking. I don't think the brat was joking.
No.
And you know why I don't think the brat was joking? And let me tell you, a lot of y'all black people, y'all lie to yourselves. You're liars. Because even without a sperm thing, y'all look at somebody and go, I'm not having a baby
Because
with
you're
him.
scared that baby gonna look. Now, how many people do we
Even
know?
without a sperm donor, y'all look at some men and go, nah, I'm
How
good.
many people can
Nah,
we
I'm good.
name that we know, relatives, friends, people we went to school with, couples, And you look at the man and you look how dominant his look is, and
Yeah.
all the kids look like him.
I'm gonna say names, but I'm not gonna shame people that are famous.
Yes.
But we all know famous people
Oh,
who the woman is good looking and the guy has a dominant feature.
And that kid
and the
has
kid
that
looks
dominant
like him.
look.
But as the child gets older, they get cuter.
Right.
And we know. Well, no, I'm not gonna say no name.
Okay,
Some
don't
are
say
grown.
names.
Some of the kids are older.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say who they are,
Uh-huh.
and some are still young.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say neither one. But a lot of them are rappers.
Figure it out, y'all.
A lot of them are rappers.
Fill in the blanks.
And some of them, their kids are older.
Yeah. And
the father looks like Jimmy the Cricket.
yes. So
And the mom is cute.
okay.
And the child looks like, you know what? I'll say this because they're dead. Whitney Houston
Oh, and her daughter.
and her daughter.
Bobby Brown's
Bobby,
daughter.
the daughter looked like Bobby Brown.
She did, with the gap and everything.
But as she got older,
Uh-huh.
she started to look cuter.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like Whitney.
I'm gonna say another
But
name.
I
but I'm
don't-
waiting on this child to grow.
Don't say no name, Lenore.
Why?
No, I said Bobby Brown because they gone.
This one ain't
Whitney's gone and Bobby.
Y'all know who I'm
Don't
talking
say
about.
no
I don't
name.
have to say the names,
All
but
right.
they look just like they dad.
Exactly.
And he ain't
So
cute. Okay.
I don't think she's lying. I
Okay.
don't think she was joking.
But you know what, Kim?
I think she don't want her
in
child
all,
to look like
in
that
all
guy.
honesty, though, a lot of that is embedded in some people's heads.
That's what I was getting
if
ready to
you
say.
go
It's
outside
wrong
of your
to think
race,
like that.
you know right away. And I've heard people say this comment, black and white. Oh, biracial kids always the cute kids. They always make cute kids.
Exactly.
There's some
And I've seen
biracial
some
kids
ugly
that are
biracial-
ugly.
Thank you.
So we always get on this little bandwagon of if I go outside my race,
Yes.
my baby gonna be cute.
And I've seen two good-looking people, and their kids look okay.
Thank you.
And I've seen people that's both what we consider
Mhm.
not good-looking, and the kids are cute.
We should Google Jimmy the Cricket. What does he look like?
That cricket. On,
Oh, that funny. Isn't there a commercial with that cricket?
Yeah, that's
okay.
not it.
Go ahead.
Then there's people I've seen. The mom is good looking and the father's not, and the child still comes out cute.
Exactly.
You don't know what your child gonna look
But
like.
my
They could
question-
look like the aunt, the uncle, the
But
grandmother.
it still goes back to out of the database you were using, you only had one black man that fit the criteria.
That's what she said.
I thought about the old show. I'm old school, you guys. Living Single.
Mhm.
Maxine Shaw,
Mhm.
when she went to the sperm bank and was getting pregnant because she was trying to find herself and reinvent herself. And being a mother was one thing she wanted to do.
Mhm.
Finally,
Mhm.
she didn't realize she had Carl Barker's sperm.
She ended up having his sperm.
She ended up having his baby. Yep. So it made me think.
And
was
some
he the
people
only
went-
black person in the
And
database?
some people
here?
wouldn't want their child to look like him.
I know.
So you don't know. So if that's the reason, she's saying that Brat was joking. I don't think Brat was joking because a lot of black people think like that. We don't want.
And Brad has a nice looking dad. Her and
That's
Lisa
what I'm
Ray
saying.
share the same father.
And so she don't want no ugliness in her
Mm-mm.
family.
No.
I think it's wrong. I think
do
it's
too.
wrong. But I think we all think like that. And how many of us have turned down dates from somebody because we look at them and go, "Nah, I'm
I
good."
can't have kids with them.
No, not even that. I'm good. So you are looking at looks. You looking at looks. And a lot of people
But you
do.
know what?
So let's not
Let's
lie
take
and
it.
say
But
that
then
we
let's
don't.
take it back though. Here's the thing too. It depends on where you're at in life and how
Mhm.
your head is. Because if that guy has a funny looking Jimmy the Cricket looking head,
Mhm.
and you're meeting him, and he just makes you melt.
But this is a designer,
you
baby.
don't. No. I understand what you're saying.
See what
there.
I'm saying? This is not.
Whereas
I don't know his
if
personality.
at haphazard you meet somebody and they do got a funny looking head, but you don't care.
Right. But I
you
believe
like that funny looking head.
I believe she saw this picture of this man
and said nope.
and said, "No, I don't know his personality. I don't know none of that. I'm looking at him, and I don't want him and you mixed." And I believe she wasn't lying, but
Yeah.
she got to say it
But you
because
know
it
what?
makes people feel
And
good.
the funny thing is, being so ugly like that, who's to say how real she was?
Yeah.
Her baby still may not look good.
Yeah.
So
Wendy says you have good hair. Yeah, that help people think with the mixing with the
biracial,
white.
yeah.
Emerald says, I think when you truly want a baby, you change your standards to achieve your goal. I agree.
Yeah. Because you can pick now.
And you saw she changed her standards. She wanted a black man. She changed it. I'll go with a white man. Well, that means they really wanted that baby.
But the thing is, why is this one Jiminy Cricket looking man the only one coming up in the database? Again, legally, can you check a database for the whole country or the East Coast or something?
Other people who want biracial, how many white women probably don't care that he looked like Jimmy Cricket? See, it'd be a lot of white women that'd be like, I don't. He look good to me.
They're looking at his background, his health.
Or they don't see what we see. A lot of white people. I'm telling y'all, or just other races.
Yeah.
If you say we say as black people somebody ugly, and a white person look and go, I don't think that person is ugly. What are y'all seeing? We self-hate so much.
I know
that other races don't even see what we see.
And the sad thing, we even self-hate dark skin.
Yes, there's some black people. Some white people or other races that be like, I think she's beautiful. And we'll be like, oh, chocolate. No.
There's models that even get booed on the front cover. Yeah. Real dark black skin.
Our self-hate is beyond white people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about looks. I ain't talking about as far as feeling same level of as humans.
Okay.
I'm saying, look, a lot of them, most of the people that say they love my hair are white people.
Black people, they talk about
white people come up, oh my God, I love your hair.
And it's the blacks that
and
go,
the blacks are the ones out in the elevator.
It's fake. Girl, why you wear your hair like that?
And they're raised that way. My mom, talking about you. My mother's 80 years old. What, Mom? Yeah. My mother, when I first told my mother I was getting locks, she said, why you gonna mess your hair up like that?
And
you remember that?
And one thing I had to tell my mom too, I said, Ma, even though a lot of women do wear weaves, that is a given, you're right, large percentage. When you do meet a black woman, Oprah Winfrey had the hardest time telling people that's her hair.
Right.
I had coworkers, I had relatives with long, beautiful hair, and they're not biracial. They're black women. And people go, that's a weave.
That's not your
hair. And you're like, forget it. You just have to go, I don't even care what they say. I'm putting it up.
People
I don't have to worry about tracks.
But we self-hate more than anybody.
We do.
We talk about our noses.
Yeah.
White people be like, what's wrong with her nose?
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh, he got a big nose.
Big old nose.
So we self-hate. That does come from us, but it was embedded, I might say.
Yeah.
That didn't just come pulled from the air.
Right. We didn't wake up and go, oh, I don't like myself.
That was embedded in us to have something that we would talk about against each other so we wouldn't all run together for freedom.
Exactly.
I'm not running with that big nose man. That's how they put you against each other.
Light skin, you can pass for white. I ain't gonna be with you.
Put the light one in the house and the dark one in the field. They'll never come together.
But you know what? That's a good trick of the enemy.
Yeah.
It didn't unify us. We couldn't be unified.
But we gotta break that. How many years we gotta go past slavery for us to keep saying, that was embedded in us? You can break that.
You can break those
generational
curses.
I don't know how we gonna break ugly though. Because what we see as good looking and what we see as ugly is embedded in us.
It's your preference.
But that look is embedded in us. It's embedded in us that a wide nose is not attractive, or that big lip. Well, now they're doing big lips. Or that your eyes have to be a certain part away from each other.
Another race has to appreciate your beauty. Where we don't appreciate each other's beauty as black people.
Yeah.
The different shades.
Some things black people don't listen to until a white person say it.
Yes. Now it's okay. They got their stamp of approval.
If a white person tell you it's good to be dark skinned, then all of a sudden it's cool to be dark. You're right.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's what it's going to take then. Lila said Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy's cute now. She's cute. She's cute now.
So you said it. I did.
She's looking more like
she got her dad's face,
but she looks like Beyonce too. She's cute. She's cute.
Okay.
Wendy, and they was dogging her out, her hair and everything. Yeah. Wendy says, "No, you have good hair, Kim. Our hair is good hair. Thanks, Wendy." Emerald says, "I have been contemplating dreads myself. I told her not to get them. She was gonna get them. I said
to get
no.
Dreads, the locks.
I talked her out of it because if you change your hair, if you're the type of person you into hair or changing your hair and all that, I wouldn't get them. And if they fall out, like Lenora see a long piece, my lock will be on the floor, and she'll be like, "What?" I don't care.
If it's
but if you're the type of person, oh Lord Jesus, I'm losing hair. Don't get locks.
Yeah.
Because you gonna be too much into your hair. And they may not all grow the same. It may grow different. It may thin in certain areas. Or if you into your hair, if you're not the type of person that can shave it off, I say don't get it. That's my opinion.
Because you can style it,
Yeah. But
length.
it takes a while to get to that point.
Yeah.
Where y'all at? I have been complimenting dress myself. Sharon says, for real. Wendy says, I don't self-hate. That's right. A lot of black people do, though. It's good that you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon says, we are always criticizing each other. I agree.
We are.
We criticize ourselves more than other people do.
Yeah, we do.
Wendy says, Yafet Koto was handsome to me. Okay, you got to look him up.
Yeah.
Emerald
I think
says,
you know who he is.
Oh, I do?
Mm-hmm.
Who is he?
He's an actor. Old school, though. I saw him in a lot of old movies.
Oh, okay. Emerald says, we will appreciate it when people start getting surgery to match us. That's why we like our lips now. That's why black women like their big butts, because everybody wants to have the look like them. Sharon says, people are paying for bigger booties and getting braids and getting compliments. On us, nothing. I agree. And then Wendy says, I love locks. I agree. Oh. All right, Wendy. Okay. See? And that's what I'm saying. Why would I look at him and go, no?
If that's her preference.
That's her preference.
Here's the thing.
What's embedded in me to say that I think he's not good looking?
But here's the thing. Even being careful with our preferences is not the same. You crack on me because you said I'm attracted to guys that's not nice looking.
Yeah.
She cracks on the guys that I'm attracted to. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I like.
That's what you like. So
Yeah.
people got to go. I'm moving away from that, though, the older I get, if you notice. I don't care no more.
Okay.
Wendy says you can do many styles with locks. Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So that's the brat. They had to clear that up. I wanted to talk about that.
What
that
else?
was in the news. Florida passes transgender bathroom bill. Real quick. They passed a bill. You cannot go to a bathroom unless it's the gender you were born with. So if you are a male who is transitioning into a female, you cannot go to a female bathroom in
not
Florida.
Gonna pass.
It did pass.
No.
It passed.
No, the point I'm making. They can pass a law, and y'all can agree with me. If a transgender, like the Cox, when she walks into a room,
thank you,
she's a woman.
This is a dumb law.
She walks into a washroom,
you
even
cannot
at male parts.
You
she's
cannot
a woman.
tell me Laverne Cox can walk into a male washroom and
you.
all the men don't turn around and go,
what are you doing here?
Or even other transgenders that now
stupid law. It's not gonna work.
To me, I've always said it, and I think I'm gonna keep with it. You can even have a third washroom, which is the family washroom that everybody has.
Yeah, go for that one.
Or if you are in a place that does not have a family washroom or a any gender washroom, it just has a male and a female. You're just a mom and pop restaurant or whatever. Whatever the heck you look like. That's my opinion.
Because
if you are a woman and you look like a full-grown man with a beard and a mustache, I don't want you in my washroom.
It's a stupid law because it makes others uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know what you are. If you a woman with your dress and you pull
you
it up.
coming in there with a suit, a three-piece suit, a beard, a mustache, and a deep voice. And you, hello.
While you washing your hands at the thing.
It's not legal for me to.
You can hear ladies scream.
It's not legal for me. It's not legal for me to go to a. And what does that do? What are you doing?
Oh, God.
Because now if it's the meter is you don't want somebody to look at you, then you got to pass a law that say gay people can't go to. If you are a man and you are gay, you cannot go to a male washroom. Because you're going to be looking at men's penises.
Oh, my
God.
God.
You're a gay man, right?
Oh, God.
That's a stupid law.
And I'm thinking of the men, whoever men that's listening to us, if you're in the washroom and at the urinals, that's what they call them, right? You standing against it and a woman come in.
With a skirt.
Lift her skirt up and do it with you. You
T.S. Madison.
What the heck? Get out of here.
T.S. Madison woman comes in, or Laverne Cox, or whoever.
Thank you.
Storm Monroe.
Thank you.
You just want them to just go to your restaurant?
It's
That's a stupid law. And if the
Stupid.
reason for the law
Oh my
is because you want to say that you don't want somebody of the same sex in the washroom, then you got to ban gay people then.
Thank you.
Because a woman coming in that's a lesbian is going to look at a woman.
This got to be, you said.
That's a stupid law.
You said Florida. You hit
Florida.
the nail on the head. DeSantis, who has a problem with the LGBTQ community, drag queens and all. Sorry. Oh my God. I can see women screaming with a man in there.
Yes.
Get out of here.
And
I'm a lady. I'm
and-
not a man. I'm a lady.
So with this story, there are a lot of transgender teachers and people that work in Florida who have quit their jobs and they moving out.
They're
of
moving
Florida.
out the Florida state.
Which is what he wants, though.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
He's
He wants you to leave.
He's putting the pressure on a lot of
Yes.
people that be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I get the point that he may not agree with the lifestyle. I get it.
But what's the
Because some people don't. And it has no reason to mistreat people and they have civil rights passed too. Because it's discriminating, whether you agree with their lifestyle or not, whether you are for spiritually agree with it or not. But the fact that you passed this law for an out appearance, if person goes in the washroom, usually they go in a stall.
Now.
So you don't know what they doing.
Let me
If
play-
their legs is pointed
Right.
towards the toilet or away.
Let me play the other side.
Stupid.
The reason why, and I've said this before, y'all can go back on all of our shows. Transgenders are like PETA. Because you push things so much, the whole sports thing and all of this, you got people on the other side who are now pressed on making sure you don't exist or abolishing you because you're so much into what you're saying that you give no room, no nothing. And a perfect example is when I talked about Leah. Why are you the swimmer?
Okay.
Why are you walking around a girl's dressing room with your penis hanging out?
Thank you.
You are the reason why DeSantis and other ones have backing to do that.
Yeah.
Because a woman at home with her daughter at high school is going to say, I don't want a transgender boy transitioning to a girl in my daughter's locker room walking around with a penis.
Thank you.
I don't care if his hair is long and he's wearing lipstick. He has a penis and he's walking around. Now, because you push things so much, you have the regular soccer mom with DeSantis.
But you know
whereas
what?
if you would have decorum and say, you know what, I still have my male parts. How about this? We use your restrooms, but we don't change in front of you.
Hey, what about, I'm wondering too, will they get to a point where this will, the laws would change as they change physically?
You can't, how you gonna do that?
Well, I'm just saying, because think about it, the swimmer person you just said, they're already saying as far as not being a part of the sport. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, he had everything done physically, surgically. So now he has the female part.
But that's still
now,
not.
I'm just saying, it would almost have to be, you have to have the sex change.
And that's still wrong, because what about people like we said, Laverne Cox and T.S. Madison?
Then Laverne Cox would still, like I'm saying, that law won't help her. The law would still means she's physically outside.
Right.
But the moment you take your clothes off, people can
But if
now
you're going
see
to
what
the
your
re-
real
But
sex
that's what
is.
this is for. You can't go to the restroom.
They
and
don't
you
see
can't-
you pooping
in
all
a
that.
urinal. You do. I'm saying have some decorum.
Oh well.
I'm saying have decorum.
And Laverne Cox probably wouldn't do it outwardly.
That's what I'm saying.
She'll probably go into a stall.
But it's people like Leah who walk around with their penis hanging that make these laws. It makes the soccer mom who would have normally been kind of like, okay, if it's Laverne Cox and she needs to go to the washroom, and I can understand. Why would she have to go to a man's washroom? The same, like I said with Peter. Maybe I won't eat a buffalo burger or something, or some exotic animal or something. And maybe we should look at how chickens are being slaughtered.
I know some
they
places,
make it where you like, you know what? I don't even care how chickens are being slaughtered.
We have heard of some places that have created transgender washrooms as well.
That's what, right.
A lot of places are doing that as well.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to play the other side when they are so much into, you got to listen to what we want. You got to do what we want. And you alienate a whole group of people who could have been advocating for you. But because you do that, people like DeSantis can pass these laws. And not only is it going to be passed here, but buddy, get ready. All through the Bible Belt, it's going to be passed. They're going to pass this law in Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, all of those places, Georgia, everywhere. Because you don't want to you don't want to allow people to wiggle room. You think it's okay for a man to 8-foot tall man to swim against a 5-foot tall woman.
Parade around naked as the man, transgendering to a woman.
I'm really
with other women.
I'm a woman. I just haven't had my reconstructive surgery yet.
And the women are all standing there going, you got a penis.
Or the other way. A woman transitioning to a man and she going into the locker room and her breast, she walking around with her breast.
And you
don't think these guys gonna look?
They're gonna be like, I don't care what you
She's walking around with breasts in my locker room.
Oh my God.
All I'm coming to do is play basketball and golf.
I don't need to
I'm not trying to watch a woman with a vagina too.
I'm trying to get my head together to play this game.
The only difference I see with her, she got short hair. She could be Jada Pinkett Smith, all I care. She walking around with a breast and a vagina.
Right.
With a bald head like Jada Pinkett. She's still a woman to me.
Getting ready to play on the basketball court. Yes, I don't understand why they don't even understand that.
That's what I'm saying. And because and if you speak out against it, you're transphobia.
You don't like women.
You don't agree with people being transgenders. You don't support the trans.
We should have our freedom to go anywhere we want.
Like Peter.
No matter what our bodies are.
I should be able to throw paint on this woman's fur coat. Aretha Franklin said, I wish somebody would throw paint on my coat.
And she sure did wear her fur coat at the White House when they did that ceremony.
But because you do that, because you're throwing paint on people's coats, then somebody who normally would have said, you know what, I'm not going to buy a fur coat. I don't really need it.
We're taking them serious.
They're going to buy it just because you're throwing paint on it.
That's true.
So that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm playing the other side to this and letting them know if they don't let up and quit acting like if you are not for everything that we say, then you are against us, then more of this is going to happen.
Yep.
And that soccer mom and that other mom and all of those women who normally would have advocated for you, now they don't care. They're going to sit back and say, I'm not saying nothing. Because I don't want her walking around my daughter's locker room either.
Thank you. The kids looking at the boys' parts going, what is he? He's a transgender.
Right. So even though I don't agree with the law, I understand why it was passed.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Because people like Leah doing that. Where if you have some decorum, maybe people would not be so quick to pass laws like that. Because they'll be like, I've never had any issue with anybody transgender being.
And I understand. Which washroom could they go to?
But now, you got an issue. He got cases he can pull up with people walking around with breasts and penises.
Well, he can use that swimmer incident you just said.
Let's see. Just same thing with as black people. When we were fighting for our rights. You're still fighting for our rights.
Yeah, still fighting.
You're a black man and a white woman married in the 1950s and the 60s
when it was
and 40s.
Illegal.
Nobody's saying you couldn't be married to a person of a different color, but are you really going to just be like showing up everywhere?
Or you get your hair blown off.
I'm just going to show up everywhere. These people got to deal with it.
Have some. And the sad thing is, it wasn't legal, and then when it became legal, people still was not. They didn't accept it.
Or you a black person? You the first black African American allowed in a white school.
Yeah.
Have some dignity. Those people walked in, they had their books, their clothes was together,
beat down.
Their hair was together.
They didn't want to be spat on.
They didn't walk in with ripped up pants and shoes. Yo, what's up, y'all? We here.
We here now.
No, you're opening the door. Meet people where they are bring them to where you want them. You don't just shove things down people's throats.
And in that situation too, they were still fearful.
Well,
so they was gonna come in like, oh
I know, but you got to be the smartest in your class. Okay. You can't be a stupid Negro and you the first one that's allowed in the class. And they ask you to read and you do your homework. Now that part I agree with. You're the first. You're opening doors. Leah, you're opening doors for transgenders.
Yeah.
In swimming. Don't walk around the locker room with your penis hanging.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm done. That's my rant. Okay. Wendy says, yes, it's too much. Sharon says, outright discrimination. They are working overtime to hate. Let me go back up. Y'all went way up. Let me see. I was ranting and y'all was typing. It's not my preference. Wendy says, it's not my preference. I just realized that African looks are good looks too. Yeah. Kiki says Northwest. All right, Kiki. I think Northwest is cute. Yeah. She look like Kanye though.
Yeah.
Emerald says Hennessy Marie is in Florida, and I bet there would be a lot of happy men if she decides to leave. Wendy says yes, it's too much. Sharon says outright discrimination. They are working overtime to hate. We agree. Emerald says, but ladies, that locker room situation already happened in the showers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wendy says every day we're talking about this. Yeah. Because that's what's hot right now. Mm-hmm. Sharon says, just great trans bathrooms. Once you have completed the process, there should be no issues.
Thank you.
Emerald says, I agree that if you don't fully embrace this new agenda, then you are considered discriminating. I agree.
But like I go back to say, we can end this. When you're Laverne Cox, you're going into a woman's washroom. Yeah. With your outfit
and
on.
I want her to.
Your nails and your hair.
I want her to. And every man does too.
So that law is going to be petty. It's not going to be listed.
Every man. Nobody wants.
No one cop going to follow you in there to make sure.
No man wants Laverne Cox in their bathroom.
Washroom.
Or T.S. Madison.
Thank you.
Or Storm Monroe.
Okay.
None of them do. Trust me. Go ahead. All right. So real quick, Hollywood Unlocked. You know how they have a whole bunch of stories. Mm-hmm. I wanted to mention Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran had a song out, and they said that song, "Darling, I been loving you." Dun, 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 dun. You remember Ed Sheeran?
I don't know that song.
Yes, you do.
I do.
The one that Candy helped write. Deep on,
oh, you're not doing it right. Though.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, they said that was copying "Let's Get It On," and he said if they took him to court for it. He said, if y'all find that song is the same as Let's Get It On, the music, he said, I'm quitting music and I'm going back to, he live in that little small town in whatever, what country is that? Scotland or somewhere. Uh-huh. He said, I'm no longer singing music.
I didn't get, if that's the song you're talking about, the one that Candy wrote?
Help Right.
Help Right? Oh, no. I'm talking about the one she actually wrote, where he has that.
Both of them, they help write it.
I have to hear the song. Yeah. But I don't remember any song from Ed Sheeran that sounds like Marvin Gaye. The only one was the Pharrell song.
No, that's not him. You talking
about? No. The only song I remember that was still stolen melody wise from Marvin Gaye was the Pharrell song.
Right.
Blurred Lines.
Okay.
But his, I don't remember. Did he win?
Well, he won. They said it's not the same.
It wasn't the same. Why would they even come at him?
And the melody is kind of similar. But then a couple of people said, you can only come up with so many different kind of melodies now. Everything is under the sun. You have to
still, I think there's a timing of how much of that song you are. Because if you, I get the sampling, because a lot of them, when they're sampling that main melody, they need to pay for that. Yeah. But there's songs where a little bit of that,
he's saying you can be inspired. Yeah. It doesn't mean that I took the song.
No.
So that was his whole thing. Okay. So he won that. And then today on the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy and Ebony got into a heated argument.
Okay. I'm telling you what people are saying on comments what I've read, and I'm talking for them. I'm not a bus driver. I'm speaking for the average person out there, because I feel for them, because the bus drivers and the average person are what keeps these lights on here on the Breakfast Club. Right. They keep me booking shows.
Nobody is saying. Okay, first of all, this is not about you booking shows.
I'm just telling you how I feel. So when you shit on the people that
first of all, Envy, you're dead ass wrong for framing it as me shitting on them.
You don't think I'm shitting on them?
I know it.
First of all, I know it wasn't. I think what you're saying right now is irresponsible. I think what you're saying is irresponsible. Envy, I think what you are framing right now in this moment is highly irresponsible. Because if you listen, I'm going to tell you. Because if you were to listen to all of the full Yana interview, the full sidebar, the full episode of Holding Court, nowhere in any of that commentary did I say, let's not skip a beat. Mm-hmm. So I would love to know how you, Envy, know what I'm looking for. Because we never had the conversation.
I'm telling you what people are saying on comments, what I've read, and I'm talking for them. I'm not a bus driver. I'm speaking for the average person out there because I feel for them because the bus drivers and the average person are what keeps these lights on here on the breakfast.
So that was them. It got even worse than that.
It did?
Yeah. But the thing is that I wanted to say,
between the two of them.
Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are
rupture in the culture and not do the work of repair. So to me, this is a conversation about repairing and restoring what has historically been a productive, valuable conversation and relationship between black men and women that somehow, some way has gotten away from us.
Well, I think it's two different conversations. Like I watched the full, I don't care who.
There's a lot of people that don't know what you're talking about. That might have just tuned in and have no idea.
Go ahead, Frank. Do they live under a rock?
Some people, because you have to tell people what you're talking about.
Okay. What are we talking about?
It's something from comments that, because I don't want to misconstrue, because we only had a small piece of your conversation with Ayanna.
Sure.
So during your Ayanna conversation, she asked if you would date a bus driver.
So let me back up for 1 second and be correct. I invited Ayanna on my Griot show. That Griot show airs on Byron Allen's network. The Griot airs every night at 6.
She takes too long.
This whole shit is y'all's fault. This whole shit is y'all.
Okay. Basically, what she said was she was on Ayanna's podcast. And
she was on Ayanna's podcast.
Yeah, whatever. She invited Ayanna to her podcast. Okay. So they were talking, and she basically was framing it in the sense of how, as black women or women, period, it's mostly black women, do we date somebody and we feel safe? Like you feel safe with them, like they can take care of everything or whatever. So then Ayanna,
physically or financially?
Well, I don't think she really clarified it, but Ayanna must have taken it as financially, spiritually, like because she asked her, "Would you date a bus driver?" And then that's when Ebony said, "If he owned the bus." Ebony she doubled down. She got hit with a lot of people didn't like that because it sounded like she was saying, I'm not dating somebody who's beneath me. That's a bus driver. Okay. So then she doubled down and came back the next day and said something along the lines of those jobs are mediocre or average. Mm-hmm. And I want somebody who is excels in whatever it is that they do. Not just drive the bus, but he would have to own the bus company or something.
Okay.
So then they got into an argument on the Breakfast Club. Today she came in. She said, why is everybody making it seem like the word mediocre and average is negative? And then that's when Charlamagne and that one girl with the glasses said that is a negative, even though you're saying what the dictionary definition of it, saying that it's positive, saying that it's average is not negative. Mm-hmm. It just means that it's average. Mm-hmm. It's not bad. It's not good. It's average. Mm-hmm. Charlamagne said, I don't think that essential workers are average. Mm-hmm. I think they're above average. So I don't like the terminology and the words that you're using. Mm-hmm. And basically Ebony fell on the sense that I don't care that you don't like what I'm using. It's the truth. So my whole takeaway that I took from it was Ebony is the type of person, she'll never apologize. So you can forget that. Mm-hmm. If she hurt your feelings or whatever, she's not going to apologize. Mm-hmm. To me, she's elitist. She seems elitist to me. Mm-hmm. She seems like somebody who feels like driving a bus is average.
It's beneath me.
Or even if you don't say it's beneath, it's average.
Okay.
And it's not. I drove a bus. It's not average to drive a bus. It's hard to drive a bus.
Because if she thinks that that's average, then what is a janitor?
She never answered. That one girl said, well, she never answered that girl's question when she said, what is your level of mediocre or average? Mm-hmm. I noticed she never answered that. She just went into a whole thing with her and Envy arguing back and forth. Because Envy got on her because he said it's a lot of people who don't like what you said and felt like you calling them mediocre or average. And he said, I know some people that a janitor or drive a bus, and they own several houses. So what's your definition of average?
Right.
She said, well, if they own several houses, they're not average. That's what she's saying.
So why you
gotta be above your job. And then that's when that girl says, so if you're an attorney or whatever, are you an average attorney? Do you got to be above whatever it is you're doing?
Thank you.
So that's all that they, So I kind of like how they went with the conversation. But you're not going to get anything from
because
Ebony.
the fact that an actual blue collar title was called out by Yana, that's what kind of started it. And I think people were stuck on the bus driver title, like most people do when they're having those conversations. But like you said, one of the ladies asked, as a lawyer, are you a mediocre lawyer?
You a mediocre?
Are you an average lawyer? You only go in there to protect the
that's
that they tell you to protect.
I feel like that's the way Ebony should have gone, not the job.
Yeah.
Because you could be an average doctor.
Yeah.
Or a mediocre doctor.
Yeah, my mom's old doctor was.
Just because you a doctor don't mean you've made it to the height of what you need to do. So that's all I'm saying.
It's like the army. Be all that you can be.
On her side, I agree. You should always try to be better in anything that you are. But this is where I disagree with Ebony. A job title is not
that doesn't
make
you.
or define you being better.
Yes.
I could have 6 degrees and drive a bus.
Thank you. Or you can have a doctor, be called doctor, and be stupid.
Yes.
And no wisdom. And you just got that doctorate degree.
And I like what Charlamagne said. We got to stop putting value in things like that.
Yeah.
Money, even her saying education, and more value into a person. Are you a good person? Do you love God? Do you treat your family right? Are you a good man by heart? Do you have a good heart? We don't value those type of things in this society. And then on the other side, I agree with Ebony. If you own a home and there's a tree problem, your loving heart isn't going to be able to call to get them to come chop the tree down. And it costs about $5,000 to do that. So you got to be in a position. She said, I'm tired of Black people always taking the back row of, well, we have a good heart and other people are like, no, you need money, you need finances. But my thing is, you could say that without downing everybody else.
Right.
You can say what she said without saying that's mediocre and average.
So you don't feel she cleared it up that much in the show?
Nah. Okay. If anything, I think she made it worse because she actually thinks that way. So it's not, before people was like, well, maybe she misspoke. No, she actually thinks that way. So that's all I'm saying.
But is it the question of the bus driver position himself is considered mediocre, low, average?
In her opinion,
like he would have to be not a blue collar worker.
In her opinion, if he's a bus driver and he owns these homes, like DJ Envy says, property, and he has property, she doesn't consider him average and mediocre. Only the guy who's just driving the bus, who may not be living up to his full potential, in her opinion, is the guy that...
She shouldn't have said own the bus then.
That's what I'm saying.
Because as a bus driver, like you said, he may own property as a bus driver.
Or maybe they don't take value in what she thinks is valuable. So that's fine if she says that's for her.
Okay.
But when she starts to talk generalizing like Black people and all this, that's what I don't like.
Okay.
I know she's saying Black people should rise up financially. You know what I care about? Black kids getting killed in Chicago with gun violence. Can we attack that first? Can we attack Black men and being in the home and making sure that there's a strong father figure and and loving God? What happened to that?
Or even with that, knowing that a lot of situations that may not ever happen, we need another a way for kids to be involved in the community and be safe.
Yeah.
Maybe like I did like with George Foreman, and they showed it in the thing,
right.
building a community center.
Exactly.
Where they did learn boxing, they did basketball,
Right.
they did a lot of sports that kept the kids off the street.
Right.
As well as they taught them value of, being an athlete and all of that.
But that's what I didn't. I don't
Yeah.
like where she places value.
Okay.
And I understand what she's saying, but in my opinion, if your heart and your inside of you is not good, I don't care that you have $1 million or that Black people, we at the top of the list of earners in the world. If our race as a human race is somehow not spiritual or leaving that principle that we have of treating each other good, I don't want to be at the top of your list of high earners. Right. She said Indians are at the top. Indian people are at the top. White people are in the middle. She said white people are mediocre and Black people are under white people. On that list. It's a list that she named.
Where is she at on the list?
No, she's saying race. It's a list that she named that is in the world.
So she's mediocre.
On top owners. No, she said Black people as a race are down below mediocre. White people are mediocre. They not even at the top. Asian people are probably above white people.
What? One of the things too, and it's all fine.
Well, I guess Asian is Indian.
It's all fine and dandy that if that's your gift and goal to help and impart into people, because we're destroyed by lack of knowledge. So lack of knowledge on investing, lack of knowledge on how to save, how to purchase a home, how to do that's wonderful when you're gifted to do that and help people excel, help them get their bootstraps, like Obama said. But one of the things that would help humble you and get a understanding is to visit a third world country, which I did. An area in Africa where we went as missions and we taught, and they were so, oh my God, they love Jesus. The area where we went to, they were poor. Right. They lived in, they pooped in holes. They didn't have running water. They treated us like queens and kings because we were bringing the gospel, and they loved it. The music, they were able to learn about getting rid of their witch doctors, that they were the only doctors they had in those areas because they didn't have doctors with, degrees or whatever, but they love Jesus. And I sat there and I thought about it. When we're in our country, we think of material things. We think of a lot of things. And I said, these people didn't even have pots to pee in.
Their stock is different than what we look at.
But their love for God, because think about it. They received Christ as their Lord and Savior, and he promised them eternal life. When they leave this earth, they're going to be with him. So I do get what she's saying, but a lot of times we put
it's the way you
say it, and it didn't come from
you take stock
a heart of humility.
If you take stock in being a good person and wanting to be the best person that you can, all the stuff that Ebony is saying will come to pass. Yeah. Because if you love God, if you love your neighbor as you love yourself, if you treat people the way you want to be treated, that will cause you to want to say, you know what, I want to learn a little bit more about such and such. Yeah. Or you know what, I want to do this. Or I want to do. It comes naturally by changing the way that you view who you are now. And the funny thing about that, she said Indian people are at the top. Think about Hinduism. Think about all of those religions that are strong in that nation. It's about inner. And isn't it funny how their religion is about dealing with the inner man, and they're at the top of the list as far as excelling in money and all these other things she said. That's because they think about taking care of that first. So that's the part I didn't like about what she said.
And one of the things that my mom's the person that got her life insurance policy going, New York Life to be exact. One of the things that she shared with us, she said, I talk to a lot of families that get life insurance policies for all together. They'll get it for the grandma or the grandfather, the eldest in the family. They do it as a family. They do $1 million policies. They do over $1 million policies. So when that older person dies, they all reap the benefit of that person. So we don't do things as family. We're very divided. A lot of Black families, they're single parents. We don't come together. We're like the crab mentality. Right. So a lot of times the unity, like we even talked about with blacks being unified, even liking each other and liking each other's the good about our race and the strong strength about our race. We're always quick to do the negative, and we don't come together like the Indian families, like the Hispanic families, like the Asian families, and so forth. So I don't know. It's a lot of not unity in our race, but the comments that she's even making makes me go, if a lot of people think the way she does, that's why she's not married.
Okay, so let me see. Let me go back up.
Oh, your computer died?
Discriminate, yeah. Okay, Emerald has said about the transgender, I agree, if you don't fully embrace the new agenda, then you consider discriminating. Sharon says you must have said something before that. Wendy says we can't see. That must have been the thing. Move it up. We passed that. Emerald says, well, if she had problems dating, now she just escalated the situation. Mm-hmm. When I was a child, the YMCA was free for 3 hours after school. Mm-hmm. Now they charge an arm and a leg for membership. That's true. It was free when we was younger.
It was.
She says that's exactly why Oprah built her school in Africa. She knew that it would have been more appropriated. Yeah, mm-hmm. I agree. Mm-hmm. Appreciated, probably is what you're saying. Mm-hmm. M. Perk says, hopefully the people that want to have relationships focus on their lives together find each other. And those that focus on who they are and what they have find each other. Emerald says, moral character is not a priority. It's all about looks and the bag. And Mike says, who do you think will be happier? I agree. The person who goes with all of it.
Yeah.
All right, so we ran out of things for these other ones, but the donkey of the day. You always want to know. Let me see. Where is it at?
Is it towards the end?
Hold on, y'all. Well, talk about your Clarence Thomas. Didn't you say something about Clarence Thomas while I'm looking for this?
I think it was recent update with Clarence about his grandnephew or someone that rich man that I guess was helping out with the mom's home, and he was given money as well to help take care of his grandnephew. I think that's what it was. Was it a nephew?
Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah. Yeah, Clarence Thomas ain't saying nothing.
He never admitted the information that he was getting money for those.
And now his nephew, he gave money to his nephew.
So it just shows a lack of integrity.
Clarence Thomas is a punk.
And his wife, to be honest. They're meant for each other.
Okay. Donkey of the day, because you always want to know who Charlemagne the God gives donkey of the day. Mm-hmm. American Airlines mechanic convicted of conspiring to import cocaine bricks in a compartment under a cockpit of a jetliner. So this dude put cocaine bricks under the airline cockpit. Mm-hmm. And that was his way of smuggling. Okay. And the police did one better on him. They didn't know who it was. They just knew somebody was doing this. Oh. So they replaced it. It says today a federal jury in Brooklyn convicted Paul Belosi, an American Airlines mechanic at John F. Kennedy International Airport, JFK, of all 3 counts of indictment, charging him with conspiring to possess cocaine, conspiring to import cocaine, and importing cocaine. The verdict followed a 1-week trial before United States District Judge Dora Irizarry. When sentenced, Belosi faces up to 20 years in prison. So basically what this guy did, not only did he violate the law by conspiring to traffic cocaine into the United States, but he used his trusted position as an American airline mechanic to facilitate his criminal activity. They don't talk about how they caught him, but how they caught him was they replaced his cocaine bricks, with the stuff that
is it the fake stuff?
But the stuff that throw dye on you. That if you open it up, it'll spray. Wow. So he's the donkey of the day.
Oh my
goodness. Embarrassed. He thought he was going to, and somebody said, this couldn't have been the first time he was doing this. Uh-huh. And the only reason why they found out is because they did a random inspection of the plane. They do random inspections of planes.
Okay.
And so this one, it came up from a random inspection, and that's how they found it. So he probably been doing it. He just never got caught.
It's so funny because when you started talking about this story, I thought about the gentleman that Denzel Washington played. The criminal guy.
How come every
it just reminds
every
me.
story we do with cocaine, you always bring him up? No. Denzel Washington character. That same
I didn't
one.
bring him up before.
Why? If y'all go back and look.
I only brought him up one time.
No, it's been other times. But
I don't remember
ahead.
not.
That's your cocaine go-to story.
Well, no, but think about it. It matches this. Every time I bring him up, it matches the story.
With the airline?
Yeah, because the other time I brought it up is when people say you have a stash hidden when you get ready to get out of prison.
Right. Oh, and then the other one was you saying about them wearing stuff. Dressing.
Yeah, you don't want to bring a spotlight on you as the hooligan.
But that's in But that's in Godfather too.
I don't watch Godfather. I've never watched.
You got one cocaine story.
No, even you being funny. I don't even watch the Godfather. In fact, I like to bring up my Black Brother shows. Thank you. You don't mind.
But it's a bunch of stories. But
this
go ahead.
one fits.
All right, go ahead.
Because he hid the drugs in the caskets of the soldiers.
I know.
So that's what made me think about airlines, airplanes. Hiding your drugs. She's trying to crack. But you know what? If I keep bringing up old school stuff, y'all know it relates very well to the storyline.
It's not old school. It's the same coke. It's
because
like Escobar.
There's a lot of things in it.
But I've seen some like Escobar. There's been
I don't watch that. I don't watch that. She knows I don't watch a lot. Like she watched The Wire. I don't watch The Wire.
Yeah, The Wire.
No.
It's so many stories.
She brought up Dexter.
Okay.
I don't watch Dexter. But I'm telling you what I watch.
What we talking about? She's like, it reminds me of that Denzel Washington movie.
Yeah, because that's the only movie that I watched recently.
I just thought that's funny.
But that's funny because every show you name, we like famous.
There's even Snowfall. Like there's stuff now that's like crack cocaine and BMF and Snowfall.
Every show you've named, I don't watch.
All right,
Game of Thrones, I don't watch. Now I did watch a little bit of Walking Dead.
Right.
But I'm sorry, I don't watch a lot of TV like you do. I watch a lot of old
or not
shows.
Godfather, Goodfellas. Not Godfather, Goodfellas.
I didn't watch Goodfellas.
It's when they was wearing. He said, "Don't wear the stuff so people will know that we did this."
I took it in this one. Yeah, the Denzel one.
That's the only movie you got.
That's your go-to. That's my go-to. And think about it. If this is my same go-to, and it touches every topic. That's a good movie.
All right.
Thank you.
You make it touch every topic, though.
No,
he wasn't hiding no coffins. He hid it in the plane.
Kim, the fact is he used an airline.
I know, I'm just messing with
plane.
You. I know. You gonna make it fit.
He hid cocaine in the
You don't make it fit. That's all I'm saying. It don't matter what it is.
It must have quit. Okay. All right, but y'all know I'm right.
And because I said that, y'all gonna laugh. Because if y'all watch us every day...
if we come back and say something else, that's gonna remind me of that.
She gonna tell you that about. She gonna say that reminds me of that Denzel Washington. And I want everybody to when she say that, I want everybody to put say something in the comments.
If it fits, I'm telling you, because we may talk about moms. How much would you protect your sons if they committed a crime? You would hide the bodies. They talked about that on The View today.
Oh,
some parents love their kids so much they would hide them from the as a criminal.
Mike says, hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. Okay. Mike says, Emerald says, like, share, subscribe. Oh, and purchase the book too. That's right, Emerald. 100 family-friendly jokes. You can purchase it on Amazon, and the link is in the description. Okay. Yeah, see? I can see. I have to look here.
Oh, okay.
And the link is in the description. And Mike says, I mean to suggest to start later, like 5:30. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to put that poll up, Mike. I'm going to do that today. Yeah. About starting a time later.
And not earlier.
And not earlier at 4 o'clock.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So that was it. We didn't get to the rest of these stories. You're going to put these on for tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
Leave your thing open so you can do that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Am I going to end this?
Oh.
I'm just looking at words.
So you can see yourself. Even though we still here.
Okay.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Always believe.
We've been going over late. So
and we wasn't here
yesterday.
About yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was Let me make sure nobody got anything down there. How is it even considered? Oh, this is old. Have a good one, ladies. Great time. And always believe.
Yeah,
Wendy says. All right, y'all. I'll put a poll up in our community wall saying times that y'all think we should change, or do we need to keep it the same?
Wendy, you even said it one time.
Yeah, I think Wendy even said that. Wendy says, I can talk tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, Wendy gonna be ready, boy. All right, y'all. And anybody else, if we sent y'all the link to be on the show, if you want to be on the show and we've already known who you are, send an email to Woods Creation for You at gmail.com. All right, y'all. And that was another Woods Report. See you later.